Yeah, you heard one side of the story, but the Virgo here to tell you the other side. Let's go, baby. Let's ride. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Oh yeah, we back with another one. with another one. With another one. Man, I'm telling you, this has been a wonderful day. It's been relaxing, getting things together and organizing. And I'm telling you, this is one of the beautiful things about metaphysics and in this time. We need it so much, as you just ride around town and seeing different things, you just so thankful your mind is expanding and you can see through it. It's just like a blessing. It's a blessing to be a part of this time frame because we can see if your mind have been reprogrammed or restored, then you can see what's really going on. It's a beautiful thing. And I tell anybody, just take your time, sit down sometime and just meditate on the goodness that is around you. And it'll start opening up. It start like this because we coming from a place of ignorance, but it started just opening up, just like that. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. But I don't do this long. We're gonna do it right. So let's jump right to it and get involved with it. All right. All right. Metaphysic meaning of banner. Now, banner is a river. It's a river, and you can find this story. You can find the story down here in 2 Kings 5:12. See, it's right before us, but if you don't know that all the names, all the locations, all the basically every word in the Bible got a second hidden meaning that makes the story a spiritual story, but they only showed us the physical side. And that's where we stuck at. It's like the people are stuck right there because they don't see God and nothing. They believe, but they don't see. See, it say if you have eyes to see, let them see, and you have ears to hear, let them hear. Well, if you only looking at one side, you can't never see the other side. You gonna stop believing if it's another side to the thing. But until you open your eyes spiritually, you can't see this goodness. And that's why I say metaphysics go beyond the physical text the way they told us to look at it and showed us. Okay, Abia, it means permanent, enduring, perennial now. Is perennial is like a rock, a stone, a stony. And what this means now, see, all of this is dealing with the river, a river in Syria, okay, in this book. okay, in the Bible. This river flows through Damascus, which is one of the oldest known cities of the world, okay? Now, all of this is symbolism, okay? Metaphysics, the name symbolizes something constantly renewing, therefore permanent and enduring from its setting. However, the river banner signifies an intellectual thought and reasoning about life. See, what metaphysics shows you that is not only talking about the physical, but it's talking about the spiritual. Your thoughts are spiritual. And when you realize that your thoughts are spiritual, then you can better understand the biblical text. See, it's just not talking about a physical location, it's talking about a spiritual location in consciousness. That river, what they were just explaining about, is a place in consciousness. Let's go. So now, the intellectual and reasoning about life is you standing outside and saying to yourself, well, should I do it this way because I was taught this way to do it? This is your intellectual side. This is how I've been programmed to think and do and be. And the reason is saying, no, I better not do it. You know, if I do that, no, I should do it. See, that's how that keep you in a limbo state of consciousness when the Bible strictly said that I didn't give you a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. When a person got a sound mind, make a decision and stand on the decision. That's what's wrong with majority of us. Instead of making a decision and do it and stand on whatever the outcome may be, because whatever you decide, the light gonna shine on your path. This is the not divine nature. This is how it works. But when you is in limbo land, should I do it? Should I not do it? I might do it. No. That's where the logical and reasoning mess people's up, because you got to make a decision. All right. It's a river represents a current of thoughts, a current of thoughts. That means that your mind is always flowing with thoughts. This is the spiritual side of this story about Naaman getting healed in the River Jordan. See? And this is what we missing in the scripture. Our thoughts. See, never in the church you'll hear somebody say, well, your mind is like a river of thoughts. And guess what? You need to grab whatever you can out of that river. They ain't gonna tell you that kind of stuff. Because the simple fact is, if they start showing you the other side, then you'll skip the middleman and go right to the source. What you need a preacher for? Only thing he can do is guide you to the indwelling source and give you the information that open his heart and soul back into righteousness or divine love. The river in every story in the Bible, when you see the word river, just think about a current of thoughts that's flowing through you every day, every second, because you are spirit. It's flowing through you, and everybody have a river of thoughts flowing through them. But let's find out what's the difference about these thoughts in some rivers that we allowing to flow through us. And here's the thing: the thoughts of the intellectual domain, okay? Syria. Now, Syria means the intellectual domain in the Bible. When you see that, that's what you should be thinking about, the intellectual domain of thoughts. Apart from the real life current in the organism represented by the Jordan. The Jordan River is where Naaman got healed, but let me keep reading. The Jordan symbolizes the currents in the instance of healing of Naaman, the Syrian. Now, let me stop right here and tell you why this is so important. This is so important to stop because here's the thing. If you go back and read this biblical text about Naaman, and he was crossing, and he had to go 7 times. They baptized him 7 times in the Jordan. 7 mean completion, all right? But this is the point I want to make to you. It was a physical ailment in the Bible, okay? It was a physical ailment. But in metaphysics, we show the mental ailment of reasoning and logic. That is a sickness. When you in between mind, you can't make a decision. Oh, should I do this? Well, I was taught to do this. This is a sickness. Unsettled mind, you cannot accomplish nothing until you make a decision. If you go to an ice cream parlor and you can't make a decision, then guess what? Buy the chocolate, vanilla, and the strawberry. Make a decision. When you make a decision, then life will flow for you. The light gotta be steady. But Naaman in this biblical text is he having a physical ailment, but this is what the other side of this is saying. This current in the organism, the Jordan symbolizes this current in the instance of healing of Naaman the Syrian, who thought that he could just as well wash in the river Abana and Pharpar of Syria, as in the Jordan. But see, this is the thing. If he would have washed and cleansed himself off in the Abana or the Pharpar, he wouldn't have got the healing. Why? Because intellectual and reasoning, it is not a spiritual basis because it keep you off balance. But by him being washed in the Jordan, it gave him a part of the loving spiritual power of the I am. In this text, it was Elijah. Have no healing potency, intellectual thoughts becomes permanent only when the intellect is quickened by the spirit and becomes transmuted into spiritual consciousness. See, we doing everything on this intellectual side. And that's the way we've been trained to use just our left hemisphere of the brain. We forgot about creativity. We forgot about imagination. All of us don't sit in the classroom and look out the window and imagine to be somewhere so beautiful and so loving, and we forgot these things. So now what metaphysics shows us that we can tap back into, we never lost, but now we got to tap back into it, because once you do that, you're connecting with the source. And all through the Bible, these definitions that I'm sharing with y'all, it will help you understand the Bible on both sides, and then you will understand what they hid from you, and you regain your dominion again. But whatever you do, you must understand logic and reason is not all to be all. You got to be understanding that you are a spiritual being. And when the logic that you have and the reasons that you have, it will transcend into a spiritual, intellectual, reasoning power if the spirit quickens it. The charge of the universe. But this is the point about this word, is this right here. We have places within us. Let me bring it back on the screen. Why is it important? You see what it is saying right there? A rock, a stone, a stony place. Listen, when you always dealing with logic and reason, it's going to put you in some stony positions. It's going to put you in some positions and situations that is not beneficial, and the current that you need to flow with ain't going to flow properly. But see, the murky waters of the Jordan, it made the current flow much better. And these are the things that is keeping you in bondage. Because logical thinking will tell you, well, this is what my mama did, this is what my sister did, this is what my auntie did, so I'm going to do it. Well, this is what my cousin did, and this is what they taught me in school, and my brother did the same thing, so I'm going to do that. But here's the thing. If you're not doing it from a spiritual point of view, from the spiritual essence that you truly are, you're still stuck. You fall in the crowd. And that definition of Hannah is a very realistic spiritual thing. All of this is within us, and we have to have dominance over it by our spiritual nature. And they don't put us to be just human. You're not just human. You're not just human. These thoughts flow through everybody. It flows through everybody. These intellectual thoughts, intellectual thoughts and reasoning thoughts, they flow through us all. And we be undecided about a whole lot of things about life. It'll keep you in the stony place. This is what it's telling you. It'll keep you in the stony places. It'll keep you sat in one position like a rock. But if you get into the current, the thoughts of the intellect domain is serious. Apart from the real life current. Listen, the real life current. Well, what is the real life current in the organism? The Jordan, what it symbolized, the current in the instant of healing. We need to be healed from the ignorance. If not, we're going to sit here and do this like a rock, like a stone, stony places. But the current going to still keep going. So when you adapt into your true nature, divine mind, your Christ consciousness, then you will understand how this works. It's mental alchemy. We got to change our minds in order to see the power that is around us. If you take all the biblical stories, all the stories in the Bhagavad Gita, all these things, it's telling you that it's a force. You even the Christians, this pointing at the Christians, when you read the 23rd Psalm, it tell you God right here with you, but you don't pay attention. You are in a divine place already, but your mind and your senses is telling you something different. The traditions you've been raised by in America, especially, it's got you bogged down. And you don't know that it's another side. And that's why I've been obligated, dedicated to tell you the other side. And because the everlasting is presence right here, the power right here, the goodness right here, right in front of you. You are the Christ, the Son of the living God. And don't let nobody tell you nothing different. But these are the words that I'm bringing to you from a metaphysical standpoint of view. So you can see that it's also, the book is very spiritual, but it's a hidden portion to it. It's a hidden portion to it. And if you don't realize that it's a hidden portion, or you cannot see beyond the, what you take literally, then you're missing the whole beautiful thing. Look what it say. The name symbolize something constantly renewing, therefore permanent and enduring. The name symbolize something constantly renewing, therefore permanent and enduring. Listen what it's saying. The name symbolize. The book is full of symbolism. But if you just go and read the story without the metaphysical meaning of this right here, you won't see the spiritual side. You'll just see the logical side. Well, this is something that you can internalize. Well, how you going to internalize it, the Virgo? Well, here's the thing. When you know that the Jordan symbolized currents in the instant of healing, then meditate on Jordan. This is how you use the words. The Jordan. If you're going through a mental place where you need mental healing or help, or you can't make a decision, or you need to find an answer, just sit down somewhere quiet about 5-10 minutes and just put Jordan, just throw it out there. Just put Jordan out there and see what happens. This is how you use the book. You ain't been taught to use the book the way it's supposed to be used. See? All the names of the book, all the names of the people in the book got a spiritual meaning behind it. Oh my God. Somebody listen to me. If you take the book, read it, Jesus is not the only power in the book. The whole book got the hidden power in it. And they coded it and made you a believer. That's why, listen, that's why they call it make believe. All right. Listen, when somebody take your choice, they make you believe what they want you to believe. But if somebody don't want to take your choice, they don't make you a believer. They give you the answer. They give you the right way of thinking, the right way of doing. So in this instance, they made the whole Christian community make believe. Make believe. Listen to what I'm telling you. They made us believe that we just this human vessel. They made us believe that we was not connected to God. They made us believe that we were sinners. They made us believe, because all of this is make believe. The whole system that you under is make them believe. And when somebody can make you believe from an adolescence or from just a place of ignorance, they now in control. That's why they gave you one side of the story. The Virgo here to give you the other side. And the other side is this, that you don't have to believe. You have divine power to know. All this, what you think is real in their reality, the true reality is spiritual. It's only one reality. Let me go to what it says. And this is what you got to remember. This is what you got to remember and learn. If you don't know it, you need to know. They made you believe all these things. They made you believe that that it was just one side. See, this is what tripped me out when I tell people this simple thing. They make you believe. They made all us believe that it was just only one side to this book we call the Bible. But it was people from ancient times understood that it was another side, the spiritual side, that was probably written before the side that they gave us, the King James versions. This is probably written way before. The spiritual power of the I am. That is you. That is you. The I am is you. That is in you. You are the I am. You the spirit. You the spiritual consciousness. You the everything. But when they got your mind in a bad place, they can tell you anything and make people believe anything. It is called make believe. Instead of calling this a democracy, they should call it a make believe, because they made us believe into all the wrong things that is not beneficial for our spiritual growth. And it takes a spiritual person to really comprehend what I'm saying. And this is why we have to understand these thoughts that's coming through us. And if you have an understanding of self and the divine law of the universe, you'll know the thoughts that you should keep and the thoughts that you should just keep letting flow down that river of currency. Because here's the thing, belief in the wrong thing can carry you to the dam that the beaver in that river just dammed up. Or the right thoughts that you have in you will carry you around that dam and you can keep flowing. They sought a dam in your mind to tell you and make you believe all of this that you see, all this economy, all this rhetoric that's going on, that is reality. No, your reality is in your mind. And when you realign your mind with the divine mind, guess what? You're going to see your reality change in everything. You're going to have peace, love, and happiness, joy, soundness, humbleness, courage. All of this is godly. Eternalness. This junk, fear, they made us believe in fear. They play it on the TV every day, just like this. Boom. Fear. I'm sick about this. I'm watching police movie. They did this. It's study. They study trying to control the and perpetuate the current river of ignorance every day into you and pumping it into you as you live this spiritual life, but you think you a physical being because they pumping this ignorance all day, every day, in day, all day into you, so you believe it. They made you believe it. And by them making you believe it, they open the portal. So now they got to continue to pump through the portal of your mind to make you believe in this ignorance. And that's why the old saying goes, people rather believe in a ocean of lies than one bucket of truth. It's hard. It was hard for me. But I know what I know. I don't experience it. Just like the Jesus Christ, the Buddha, the Krishna, the Muhammad, the everybody that don't experience this, that woke up. That's why they call it an awakening. We are awakening up to the amnesia that they put on us to make us believe that this shit is real. It's not. We are the most powerful thing on this earth. We always was and we always will be. And this is what consciousness and awareness is all about. To be aware of the life force that is rolling in you, around you, making you move and do these things, and connected to the intellect, the countless intelligent flow of spirituality. That's what you are. And that's why if you go back and read 2 Kings 5 and 12, and then just look at that river in that book as a mind. See, this is how beautiful your mind is. If you go back and look at that story, the Jordan River, where he got baptized at, and now put this as a river of thoughts and see this story, boy, you go, just, let's go. it's gonna make you jump for joy, because then you're gonna see it. See, it don't take, you can't unsee it once you see it. But once you see the bull through metaphysics, then you're gonna start Want more and more and more. And then that's why I say when I started out, it started like this. You ain't got to see it but one time. And then when you start seeing it, then the universe start opening up to you. But you got to see it. The revelation and the realization that when you see it, it's just going to pop open. So if you take that story, 2 Kings 5:12, and see that Jordan River as a river of highly spiritual intelligence, and you see the other river, Abana, as a worldly, no good, no high information, then you're gonna understand. You're gonna see it's gonna be a aha. That's what metaphysics do. That's why I'm giving y'all these definitions. See, they told us one side and they showed us how to use the intellect. That's fine. That's perfect. Because when you use the intellect, guess what? You still can transform the intellect You still can transform the intellect. Okay, how you gonna transform the Virgo? Well, when you intellectual thoughts become permanent only when the intellect is quickened by the spirit and becomes transmuted into spiritual consciousness. That's how you change the intellectual side. Well, what it's really telling you is, how do you use both of your hemispheres of the brain? Because your left hemisphere is dealing with intellectual things and reasoning. The other side is dealing with creativity, imagination. So it's telling you, once you become spiritual again, once you become spiritual again, it brings it all together. See, you fragment it. You're using only one side. Life is a balance. I'd say balance. You got to have balance. You've only been trained to use one side. Metaphysics brings the balance. It shows you the scriptures and shows you both sides of it. Now you are balanced off. Now when you become spiritual again, you will crystallize this information and it transmute into a spiritual consciousness. And then now you can use your intellectual spiritual consciousness and you can move mountains. That was fire. And I'm telling you, you got to sit still though. You got to pull away from the hustle and bustle of this life. You got to get much time as you can and rest and meditate in these words. Get that Jordan River, get the Jordan. Okay, let's just think about Jordan in the carnal world eye point. Jordan, Michael Jordan. We just gonna use Jordan. His name, Jordan, Michael. Go look up the word Michael in the metaphysical dictionary and look up Jordan in the metaphysical dictionary. It's a spirit of high potential. That's why I'm so fire, because my name Jordan, Tyrone Jordan. Spiritual. Ain't none of this carnal. We had to go through the carnal mind, the Adamites, to get to the Jesus mites. I'm just making up some shit out, but we had to go through that. Now you got to step out and deal with metaphysics. That's how this rock. And long as you playing with belief, this make, They made you believe that you was human, that this is the way this system rock, this is the way it roll, and you keep on playing in that field of ignorance, you gonna wind up on the beach somewhere on the stony beach. That's how that go. But I don't hold these things too long, but I just want to say with y'all, it's been a wonderful time, and I got to get out of here. Know thyself, love thyself, and be true to thyself. Peace out. And one love.